Alright, hello friends and fellow YouTubers. I hope tonight you are well. Tonight I want to talk about the Vice Presidential Debate between Palin and Biden. Now, let me first preface it with my political bias, because I believe honestly that the best way to enter into a political discussion is to announce your position ahead of time. Too many people in politics like to pretend that they're neutral or whatever when they're analyzing something, when they know full well that they really aren't. And they feel by just hiding their bias and assuming a title which does not fit them of being unbiased, that they are somehow of more value in judging and assessing. I'm not that kind of person. I believe in honesty. And having said that, I will put up forward that I am a fan of Palin. I like her. I like her a lot. I think she's the freshest breath of fresh air that we've had in politics for a very long time. And she's very down to earth. I love her family. I love her life and her story and everything that goes behind it. That's where I'm coming from. I'm not a McCain fan, actually. I don't like McCain. I think he stuck so many daggers in our political viewpoints side, namely the conservative Christian side. We have more daggers in our back from McCain than we can shake a stick at. So, having said that, we'll get on with the debate analysis. Palin started off the debate soft. Too soft. She was being too nice to Biden. There were so many opportunities she had that she could have politically gutted him if she had just simply taken advantage of him. For example, when we were talking about the economy, this whole, quote, meltdown is a result of, directly, corruption from Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. Corruption that is tied directly to Democrats in authority and directly to people who are in the Obama campaign. So, she could have brought that up. She could have focused on that. She could have said, look, you're for change, but you have the very same people who are behind this whole failure that have earned millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars of bonuses for cooking the books, so that you could create this false status of stability in Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, which was later discovered, as we do now know, and as the Bush administration has been indicating for 20 years, was a fraud and needed to be fixed. They created that problem, and now it's finally hit home. Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae have discovered that they are indeed insolvent, thanks in part greatly to the Democrat Party. And they encouraged the misbehavior of other banks by saying, you go ahead and make those bad loans, and we'll pay you the money back. So they basically insured bad loans. That, in addition to pressure for push the banks to make loans in areas where the banks knew that there weren't too many good loans to be made there. But anyways, so she could have murdered Biden and Obama on the issue of the economy and the buyout and etc. She could have pointed out the hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, that are pork spending that's been put into that bill that is typical for Washington. She could have gutted him. I could have gutted him. There would have been no competition if I'd gotten that opportunity. But she played softball in the beginning. And Biden attacked, manipulated party lines, repeated lies, frequently and often. The old Clinton method, where you repeat a lie often enough, then it becomes the truth. You know? So, later on, Palin got more comfortable. She got more into a rhythm. And by the end, I think she pretty much dominated the debate. Biden was basically repeating party talking lines, and a couple times he looked like he might break out of that mold when he talked about his family and such. But in general, he pretty much was a talking robot of Obama party line stuff. And when called on the lies, he basically kept repeating the lie, which is, again, very Clinton-esque, you know. So, final analysis. For the Obama fans, they will think that they won. Biden did not win because of emotional charm or because of intellectual victory or anything like that. The supporters of Obama will think he won because they just hate Palin, and there is no way they're going to get past that point. So they're going to side with them. The supporters of Palin, like myself, will side with her. Will think that she won. And I do think by the end of the debate, she did win. In the beginning, she acted timid, and I think that was a mistake. Now, the real question is, how does the, quote, middle America see the debate? And right now, that's probably about 8% of the population that is not committed to one side or the other. That 8%, I think, has more likely to have been swayed by the end of the debate towards Palin than they are towards Obama. Okay. One of the biggest problems that Obama has, and I think it's ultimately can be turned against him, is to sell the idea that McCain is just George Bush. And the problem with that is, anybody who's been monitoring politics at any point in time in the last 8 years will know that McCain and George Bush don't agree on pretty much anything. They've been constantly in conflict. There's been rare occasions when they did agree, but in general they disagreed. McCain-Feingold is one example. There are other examples like the Gang of 12. There was other examples. This is a boatload of examples I can get into, but that'll take too long. Bottom line is basically to say that they're just clones of the Bush administration is ignorant of actual political history. And I know it's typical. The media is now selling that he's just Bush Jr., but the problem with that is that the media before that, when Bush was in office, was saying how he was such a maverick. You know, you can't have it both ways. It just changed policy just because now he's in competition with a Democrat. The long and short of the debate is, I'm certain the Obama people will claim it was their victory. The McCain people will claim it's theirs. Middle of the road people, we'll see what they say. But right now, I think it wasn't a clear-cut, one side's going to say, oh, we lost it. I don't think McCain is going to say they lost the debate, and I don't think Obama's going to say they lost the debate. There was no serious mistakes on either side, and in general, I think both vice presidential candidates came off well. So there you have it, and take it for what it's worth. God bless. May you be aware of what's around you. Learn, read, watch, and have yourself a wonderful day.